We have officially entered into the main galactic storyline for Star Trek Online with Cardassian Struggle. The Romulan mystery is kind of... some of it's in Federation, some of it's not Romulan exclusive, but focusing on Romulan. And then Cardassian Struggle, it begins. Everybody is available for everything. So here we go.
We have been contacted by Commander Sarish Minna of Deep Space Nine. She has requested your assistance with a delicate matter involving Cardassia and Bajor. Although Bajor is a Federation world and we are technically at war, our ties with Bajor go back many years. Ambassador Worf even served on Deep Space Nine for a time. Therefore, we have negotiated for your services with Starfleet as a special dispensation. Help the Commander, but never forget who you truly serve.
Kapla.
How can I help you?
I was told to report to you.
Welcome to Deep Space Nine, and thank you for coming so quickly. During the occupation of Bajor, many sacred artifacts were stolen and studied. After the Bajoran-Cardassian Treaty was signed in 2371, these artifacts were supposed to be returned. However, the Obsidian Order, the Cardassian military intelligence branch, opposed the treaty and apparently hid at least some of these artifacts in their warehouses. We know this because we have been contacted by the Cardassian government. There is a faction among the Cardassians called the True Way that rejects the treaty with the Federation. This organization infiltrated a defunct Obsidian Order facility and stole an orb of the Prophets. These orbs are precious to our people. They have been given to us by the Prophets. They possess mysterious and unusual powers. Many of them grant visions to supplicants. We believe the True Way are operating out of a base in the Badlands. We would like you to travel to the Badlands and attempt to recover the orb on behalf of the Bajoran people.
I will track down those responsible for stealing the Orb of the Prophets.
How can I help you? The True Way has stolen an orb that the Obsidian Order failed to return after the war. Although we don't know for certain where they have taken it, we have been getting dozens of reports of raiders hitting civilian ships near the Badlands. Starfleet intelligence believes that the raids are related to True Way activity in that region. We know that area is a haven for smugglers and criminals of all types. It stands to reason that the True Way are using it to avoid capture as well. They might even be using some of the Maquis bases that were abandoned before the Cardassian War. We believe the Badlands are therefore the most likely place for the True Way to be hiding the stolen orb. The Badlands are dangerous and filled with hostile ships. This should be a worthy challenge for the ship. Show the True Way why they should not be so quick to draw the ire of the Empire.
Kapla. We have arrived in the Badlands, sir. Our intelligence indicates that this is an area of heavy True Way activity. However, the plasma storms and gravitational anomalies interfere with our sensors. We will need to search the Badlands for signs of True Way occupation. I'm receiving a distress call. Acknowledge.
To any ships in the vicinity, I am under attack by a group of Cardassian ships identifying themselves as the True Way. Please, render assistance immediately.
Set a course for the freighter.
Thanks for the assistance. I knew I never should have come through the Badlands, but it takes weeks off my journey.
What happened?
Well, I was just hauling my cargo through the Badlands, and I passed some strange anomaly. I took a scan of it on my way by, and then a bunch of Cardassian ships appeared out of nowhere. They ordered me to surrender in the name of Gul Kardec and the True Way.
What did you do?
My freighter is obviously no match for them. I tried to get away, but they disabled my engines. They were just about to board me, I believe, when you arrived. If you're looking for the True Way, I would head for that anomaly.
Thank you. I'd recommend you repair your engines and exit the area. This anomaly appears to be some kind of tear in the fabric of space-time continuum. It appears dormant, but I believe it could be widened to become a portal. I am detecting traces of orb energy in the area. I believe I might be able to follow it. Hail, Commander Cherish.
Sarish here.
We have located a trail of orb energy. We are about to follow it. We could use some backup.
Acknowledged. I will be along in the Defiant shortly.
Thank you, Commander. Scans indicate that this is a true way moon base. I have located an appropriate place to beam in. Are you ready to beam down? We have transported inside the Trueway base. I am detecting orb energy coming from somewhere nearby. I am also detecting a number of Cardassian life signs. Looks like we'll have to fight our way through the orb. Yes. Sir, my scans indicate that Gul Kardak has sealed himself in the office, but I believe we can override the lockout at the security console on that podium. Acknowledged. Right.
Greetings. I am Gul Kardec. This orb is the property of the Cardassian government. The true Cardassian government. The true way. And you can't have it. Guards!
Dear Kardec, you can imagine my surprise to receive a message from you. I must commend you on the clever way you opened a pathway to our universe. We shall make good use of it, and you have our gratitude. If we can ever return the favor, let me know. Regarding that other matter you speak of, while we certainly share your detest for the Federation and are willing to assist you in opposing them in theory, there are certain territorial issues we will have to iron out before we feel comfortable committing military forces. Perhaps we can arrange a meeting in the usual place.
We have retrieved the Orb of Possibilities, sir. Are you ready to beam up? Sir, incoming hail from Commander Sarish. On screen.
We are approaching the Badlands. What is your status?
We have secured the orb. Gul Kardak has escaped. We are about to attempt to track him.
I will be along in the Defiant momentarily. And may the prophets smile upon you.
And on you, Commander. Sir, I'm detecting a plasma wake leading away from here. I think it belongs to Gul Kardak's ship. I believe we can modify the deflector dish, always the deflector dish, to emit ionizing radiation, which would interact with the plasma wake, illuminating it. The illumination effect won't last very long, though. We will have to hurry. Make the modifications and prepare to emit radiation on my command. Scan the anomaly. Scans indicate that this anomaly has opened into a portal leading to the so-called mirror universe, a parallel dimension adjacent to ours. Hold on, sensors detect ships emerging from the portal. Shields up.
Congratulations on retrieving the orb. You must return it to the temple on Bajor. I will notify the Vedics that you are on your way.
Acknowledged.
Congratulations on your recovery of the orb from Gul Kardec. We request that you return the orb to the temple in Hathon on Bajor. I'm afraid that we have not seen the last of Gul Kardec. But for now, the people of Bajor will be elated at the return of an orb we thought lost forever. Good work. You have recovered the Orb of Possibilities from Gul Kardec. No doubt you are being pursued by True Way forces. You must return the orb to the temple in Hathon. I have notified Vedic Kryn. She is waiting for you in the temple.
We have arrived in the Bajor system, sir. We are... Sir, detecting Cardassian warp signatures. It's the True Way. They are hailing us on
I
screen.
am Gul Mutak of the Kriegar, Adjutant General to Gul Kardec. You are carrying stolen property belonging to the True Way. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Are you insane? We are in orbit of Bajor. We could have ships here in a moment. He has cut off communications and is powering up weapons. What are your orders, sir? Hail Deep Space Nine.
Sarah's here.
Commander, we've been ambushed by the True Way in orbit of Bajor.
In the orbit of Bajor? But how could they? Nerve of the... Sorry, I'm okay. I will borrow the Defiant and be there momentarily.
Thanks. We will hold out as long as we can.
Good. You're still in one piece. Let's teach these Cardis a lesson.
I appreciate your zeal, Commander, but let's not get carried away.
That's the last of them for now. I will remain in orbit while you return the orb, just in case.
Thank you, Commander. Vedic Kryn indicates that she is waiting for you at the temple. Acknowledged.
How may I help you?
I am here to return this orb to the temple.
Wonderful. The Prophet has smiled upon us this day. What was lost has been returned to us. You have done a great service for the Bajoran people today, and we are most grateful.
It was an honor and a privilege to carry this burden.
Please, place the orb upon the altar.
With pleasure, Vedic Kryn. I've returned the Orb of Possibilities.
The service rendered is not the service desired. What does not belong cannot be returned.
I don't understand.
What has been returned does not belong. We must travel backward.
When we gaze in the mirror, we see our faces as others do, but reversed.
Your task abides. You have recovered an orb. Now you must return it.
As you must return.
I would be honored to know what the Prophet shared with you, if you are willing. Sometimes their visions can be very confusing, and I have some experience interpreting them.
It was very cryptic, but they seemed to suggest that this was not their orb, and I must return it elsewhere.
Elsewhere? But it is an orb of the Prophets. Where else could it belong? Unless... Are you familiar with the so-called mirror universe? I know very little about it myself, but there is a book on that table over there by a Vedic Eth describing his experiences. Perhaps it can guide you.
Thank you, Vedicrin. I have been fascinated by the existence of this so-called mirror universe ever since our recent contact with it. I have interviewed the emissary, Colonel Kira, and others about their experiences with the mirror universe. But many questions remain. It seems the mirror universe has prophets, but are they the same prophets? There is no mention of a celestial temple, and certainly the mirror Benjamin Sisko was no emissary. I shall petition the Vedic Assembly for permission to enter the mirror universe. The Vedic Assembly has denied my request. Besides the debates about doctrine and theology, the deciding factor was political. The Federation has quarantined any access to the mirror universe, and Bajor is seeking membership. I have continued my research by interviews, but my questions remain unanswered. I fear I have no choice but to renounce my seat in the Assembly and pursue entrance to the mirror universe on my own. I don't have the technological prowess to create one of those multidimensional devices myself, but I have an engineer friend that owes me a favor. I am lucky to be alive. I managed to cross over to the mirror universe, but Terok Nor, as they call Deep Space Nine, has been taken over by the Terran Rebellion. They are using it as a base of power, attempting to reassert their control over the Bajor sector. Bajorans are not trusted, and are used mostly for mining and ore processing, a cruel irony given Bajor's history in both universes. But I was able to join with the Bajoran workers and get some of my questions answered. The Bajorans of the mirror universe are much like us, and it sounds as if their prophets are also most similar. They even have orbs such as we have here. However, to them, the Celestial Temple is a myth or metaphor, not a physical place such as ours. I do not know if this is because it simply hasn't been discovered, or if the prophets of that universe have sealed themselves away for some reason. The only way to find out is to either cross over with a spaceship, or to somehow procure one there. I received a curious message from somebody called The only way to find out is to either cross over with a spaceship, or to somehow procure one there. I have received a curious message from somebody from the mirror universe offering me assistance. Shortly after making this entry, Vedic Eth disappeared and was never heard from again.
Sarah's here.
We believe this orb is from the mirror universe. We think we can pass into it through an anomaly we found earlier.
Acknowledged. Be careful. The mirror universe is known to be more treacherous than our universe, and you will be cut off from any support here.
I appreciate the concern, Commander. We will be fine.
Sarah's here. What is your status?
We have entered the Badlands and are heading to the anomaly.
Acknowledged. Keep comm lines open as long as possible.
Acknowledged.
I am Gul Haneri of the Torn, Chief Tactical Advisor to Gul Kardec of the True Way. You are not welcome here. Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Red alert. Sir, I believe we could activate the portal by bombarding it with tachyon radiation. Make the necessary modifications to the deflector dish.
Greetings. I am Captain Lita of the Terran Empire. What a pleasure it is to have visitors from your universe. When Gul Kardec said you might be along, I didn't really believe him. But I couldn't afford to take the chance. Surrender. Now. And I will guarantee the safety of your crew.
We will never surrender.
What a pity. We could have had so much fun together. And now, I have to destroy you.
You can try. We arrived on Bajor in the Mirror Universe. From what I have been able to pick up from comm chatter, Bajor was reconquered by the Terran Empire and is occupied by them again. We should be on our guard. Acknowledged. Sir, those appeared to be True Way soldiers. Could they have followed us through the portal?
Gul Kardec was right. You are formidable, but pitifully predictable. Terran forces, attack the invaders! I want them alive. We will meet again soon.
You have interfered with my plans for the last time.
Stop! Fighting is not permitted here.
This is not your affair.
Thank you. I feel much better. But a changeling? Here, we only have stories. In any event, what was the purpose for your visit?
I have come to return your orb.
The Orb of Possibilities? But that was lost decades ago, during the first occupation of Bajor. However did you come by it? Never mind. The prophets teach us not to look at their workings too closely. Don't just stand there. Place it on the altar.
You are most welcome.
Read, use the wisdom of the prophets.
Gul Kardec to Gul Palat. I have run into some complications. Namely, some agents have interfered with my plans. They have stolen the Orb of Possibilities. I assume they have returned it to the Bajorans by now. Fortunately, the anomaly remains stable. I was able to retreat to the Mirror Universe, where I have taken shelter with my Terran allies. However, I believe they are waiting for my return. Therefore, I need you to meet with Dumatsu Khan at the facility in the Devos system in my stead. Coordinates are attached.
I've returned the Orb of Possibilities. Again.
We are most grateful. We had thought the orb lost forever. You have restored the balance.
Your enemies lie in wait. They want to prevent your return.
But we shall restore the balance as you did.
You have returned our orb.
Now you must return.
Sir, what just happened? You opened the orb case and suddenly everything went white and we appeared on the shell in orbit of Bajor. We appear to be back in our own universe. I believe the Mirror Prophets returned us. I must consult with Vedic Kryn.
Greetings. I did not see you enter the temple.
I believe the Mirror Prophets returned me here.
Indeed. I know little of the Mirror Prophets, but if they are like ours, then this is a great honor. Rarely do the Prophets interfere so directly. I take it your mission was a success?
Yes, the orb is back in its proper place.
Then you have the gratitude of 2 Bajors. May the Prophets continue to smile upon you.
Thank you, Vedic Kryn.
So,
Gul Kardec was a changeling. This does not bode well. An alliance between the True Way and the Alpha Dominion could prove disastrous for the Alpha and Beta Quadrants. However, the orb has been returned to the Mirror Universe, and you have returned to ours. Nevertheless, we must stop this alliance before they can do any further damage. We shall analyze the pad you retrieved to see if we find this Ketracel White factory.